Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. When is Randy Orton going to be returning to our television? I've been making these videos pumping up Randy Orton coming back to WWE since basically before Survivor Series. I thought that Randy Orton would come back during the Survivor Series main event, being the guy that was the reason why Team Cena beat The Authority. I really thought that what was played by Sting at the end of the pay-per-view, coming down, getting into Triple H's face, basically I thought it was all perfectly set up for Randy Orton to do this. I had heard that Randy Orton was in St. Louis. It was one of the big reasons why they had Survivor Series in St. Louis, and one of the big turns that they had coming was, Randy Orton would come out and debut his babyface character going back to the summer of 2010, around SummerSlam time, when basically the crowd went bonanzas for Orton. I didn't know how Orton was over in 2010 until I went to the Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam, and that was when I really couldn't believe how much Los Angeles went crazy for Randy. And I was like, well, it's going to change for SmackDown. It's going to change for the next Monday. And Randy was Orton. Randy was over. Randy has always been a guy with a lot of friends. And this morning, I've read a story that Randy Orton was advertised for SmackDown. Randy has been advertised for the last few Monday Night Raws and just hasn't, basically come out. A few of the Raws he's been used in, after the bell, sort of the closing segments to send all the fans home happy. He came out and he saved John Cena one week, and he did this, that, and the other. But as of right now, the story's been that Randy got some sort of nasal surgery, and they're just trying to pick the right time for his return. As of right now, you look at Fastlane, you've got Triple H, and you've got Sting in a face-off. You've got John Cena, and you've got Rusev in a match. These matches were booked without any television because they lost an edition of Monday Night Raw. Only 4 weeks of TV in between the Royal Rumble and Fastlane. Fastlane basically is a lame duck pay-per-view that nobody is really going to be caring about all that much. All we're going to be caring about is getting us to the end of March so we can see WrestleMania 31 in Santa Clara, California. I think that, with only 4 SmackDowns and 3 Monday Night Raws leading up into Fastlane, they need to strike while the iron is hot, and Randy Orton needs to debut on the live SmackDown tomorrow. People are going to be wanting to see what happens on the live SmackDown. Everybody knows that one of the reasons why, SmackDown isn't as hot as it once was, because it just seems like WWE doesn't really care about SmackDown. John Cena, he doesn't really work the SmackDown shows all that often. When he does, more times than not, he's used in something that just really doesn't matter. You get a lot of the younger talent main eventing the show, which is always good. It's always been, Monday Night Raw is the show that carries all of the storylines, and the storylines are followed on SmackDown. But you just get more wrestling matches, and for some people, that's just really not what they want to see. It used to be your drama show was Raw, and your wrestling show was SmackDown, and that's sort of a little bit of what they still follow. But I don't know. Live television, it's not really a lame duck show, because they're going to be trying to pack 5 hours of television into these 2 hours, because they lost Monday Night Raw this week. You booked 2 of your main event matches for Fastlane. Well, one of them's not a main event, it's just a segment. Without any television even behind it. You just sort of put a tweet out on Twitter and you set it on the show. John Cena versus Rusev, and then you have Sting versus Triple H in a face-off, or basically Triple H is going to be challenging Sting to a match at WrestleMania 31, I do believe. But I don't know. You're looking at this, what is your main event of Fastlane's going to be? Where does Randy Orton fit in to this? I'm thinking more than likely that he's going to be coming down and affecting Seth Rollins, which would be setting up the Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton feud, which more than likely would be Fastlane, WrestleMania, and Extreme Rules, and some sort of a 3-month sort of whole deal. By the time that's done, I don't know if they would cross paths, but that time the Rusev versus John Cena feud would be over. Who knows where, Seth Rollins is going to be on the card at that point. Randy Orton being into this sort of competition with Seth Rollins could end up being the #1 contender when it all comes down, if he was able to cash in. I don't know, if to make matches, if you do Seth Rollins versus Randy, then you have to wonder about where does Roman Reigns fit in. Is Roman Reigns just going to fight Big Show and Kane 2-on-1 at Fastlane? Is he just going to have a 1-on-1 match and get that win over him? Or maybe do you hold Randy off of TV and you do Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, trying to finish off all of his Shield problems, and finally getting that match out of the way on pay-per-view before you go into Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Whatever they do, the match for Roman Reigns needs to be big. You need to get over, you got to make Roman look strong. So there's a lot of things that come down to this live SmackDown tomorrow. Seeing what they're going to do, you've already got Daniel Bryan versus Kane going at it in a casket match. That one's going to be a winner. So we'll see where we go from there. Peace out, everybody.